Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I've got a question for you. Is Ilhan Omar and Jamal Osman headed for jail? If not, this latest bombshell by Project Veritas will rattle them to their very core. In fact, there's already an investigation underway. But before I get into the report, just a quick break. There's a famous saying that goes, "May you live in interesting times." Well, we certainly are. In fact, right now, our nation is so divided and our freedom of speech is under attack, unlike any time in history. My channel, along with many channels like mine, are in real danger of being shadow banned because we're not politically correct. And if and when that happens, well, then you won't be able to see our content anymore. Nobody will. But since I depend on revenue from the product partners that we support, a shadow ban would literally put me out of business. And I honestly hope and pray that that never happens. This is why I teach self-reliance and emergency preparedness, especially when it comes to necessities like food and water and shelter. As you know, I fully endorse, support, and even use the products at My Patriot-Supply at preparewithlisa.com. And it's because of them and partners like them that I'm still able to be here on air, giving you real news and information. So now is the time to prepare, especially if you've thought about getting My Patriot's food supply before, because we never know what tomorrow holds. And now with all the chaos and riots breaking out in the United States of America, our future is literally chilling. So I urge you to get on over to preparewithlisa.com. Right now, you can actually get the food kit, and it comes in a lock-in tote from My Patriot-Supply. It has breakfast, lunch, and dinners. These products have a 25-year shelf life. And on top of that, right now, if you buy the 4-week food supply kit, you get $100 off your purchase. So check it out right now at preparewithlisa.com. All right, back to the report. So just how is it possible that Ilhan Omar and Jamal Osman could be headed for prison? Well, how about the fact that some of their campaign members were busted messing in our United States election? Now, if you're not familiar with Jamal Osman, I'm going to start with him first. But he ran for city council in Minneapolis and won there in Ward 6. He's your typical social justice warrior, communist, socialist kind of mentalities, and possibly backed by George Soros money. But what did he do? Well, take a listen to this clip by Project Veritas.
Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. ووجد gaarigaygu waa buuxaa waxaas waa absan baalad salka yaala soo ma jeedin fiiri waxaas oo dhan soo ma jeedin waa buuxaa gaarigaygu waa buuxaa yaala waxaas kullu waa Jamal Osman way fiiri 300 clear maanta soo dhacday oo Jamal Osman yeah.
So there you have it. Over 300 absentee ballots were sent to Jamal Osman's office. And the guy that gathered them together is literally bragging about it. But he's not the only one engaging in voter fraud. Take a listen to this next clip.
People who work with like Ilhan Omar and other candidates work for them. Ilhan has a handful of people that work for her. They came to us to our apartments. And they tell us that this year you're going to vote for Ilhan.
Your ballots come, give it to me.
They don't even pay them for it, they just take it.
No. And the ones that didn't vote on ballots, the young people and the women and stuff, they were paying cash. They were getting bags of money the last 1 week here to drive people. And when you vote and they mark you off, then you get in the van, they give you a cash. The money was brought by Ali Ghani. Ali Ghani is the campaign chair of Ilhan. He's a staffer in her office.
Ali
Ghani was coordinating everything.
So according to the source, Ilhan Omar's own campaign chair, Ali Ghani, is literally paying people for their votes. But that's not the only corruption that they're involved in. According to this other source you're about to see, they are literally bringing people with them to the voter booth to fill out their voter card. Take a listen.
How do they make sure you voted for Ilhan Omar?
warqadaha markii noo yimaadaan iyaga calaamadeeya magaceeda calaamadeeyaan.
They help us because at the voting booth they allow interpreter.
At the voting booth, they allow them to help you vote.
Yeah.
So they walk up to the booth with you
Yeah.
and they vote with you.
Yeah.
Caadada maadaama luqadda aan garanaynin way nala galaan gudaha iyaga
They
noo
go inside
calaamadeeya.
with us and they help us and they actually do that inside there.
Obviously, these acts are illegal here in the United States, yet many politicians are engaging anyway. The good news is the Minneapolis PD is looking into it. Take a look at this article on thegatewaypundit.com. Minneapolis Police Department looking into allegations of voter fraud. Ilhan Omar connected ballots for cash scheme. Here's the actual tweet put out by the Minneapolis Police Department. Allegations of voter fraud being evaluated. The MPD is aware of the allegations of vote harvesting. We are in the process of looking into the validity of these statements. No further information is available at this time on this. Well, that's the good news. I fear I have to also deliver bad news. I personally believe that many in the police department, many in the judicial branch, and many even in the FBI already know about the scheme, and I believe it's possible they could be paid off. Obviously, that's my opinion. So therefore, I don't foresee anyone going to jail as a result of this, especially not Ilhan Omar or Jamal Osman. But here's a little piece of the pie you may not have heard. One of the GOP representatives came out and said that he tried to take the information to the FBI, but they kind of pushed it under a rug, so he went to Project Veritas. Take a look at this article on the Gateway Pundit. Michelle Malkin, Minnesota representative seeing Ilhan Omar voter fraud, went to FBI, but due to languid response, contacted Project Veritas.
I was not convinced that they were going to do an investigation and go in there. And so I'm like, well, the only other organization that I can think of that would do this and bring it to the surface is Project Veritas.
Interesting, isn't it? The GOP representative felt like the FBI wasn't going to do much or didn't do much, so he took it directly to Project Veritas. But this isn't the only voter fraud happening across the country. Take a look at some of these articles here. Gateway Pundit, Joe Biden's Texas political director Dallas Jones accused of illegal ballot harvesting. Gateway Pundit, New York City voters received mail-in ballots marked for military use, despite never serving in the U.S. military. And another article by Gateway, vote by mail chaos. New York City sends wrong name absentee return envelopes to voters across Brooklyn. Mistake could void thousands of votes. Well, there you have it. Ballot harvesting, voter fraud, election fraud, already happening all across the United States of America. Anyhow, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this with everyone you know. As you know, censorship is on a rampage and, well, my videos don't get seen unless you share them widely. And don't forget to check the description box below for the latest events that I'll be at virtually. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.